Welcome to Hot Flashes and Bold Moves, a podcast for women over 50 who are done apologizing, done shrinking, and absolutely done pretending we don't know where our clitoris is.
That's right. We're Michelle and Dana, two badass, hilarious, hormone-raging women navigating the wild ride of aging with no filter, no shame, and no damn patience for bullshit.
From vaginal mysteries to dating disasters, dry spells to bold-ass reinventions, we are serving up real talk, belly laughs, and probably a little oversharing.
True. So pour a glass, put a fan in your bra, and buckle up. It's about to get
Hot in here. This is Hot Flashes and Bold Moves. Let's get into it. Hello, and welcome to Hot
Flashes and Bold
Moves. We are your hosts. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Dana.
And today we are going to talk to you about when grown kids reopen old wounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
ain't nobody hurts you like your babies do.
Oh, yeah. Does anybody know how to push the buttons?
No, nobody can hurt you.
It doesn't sting like it does from the babies. That's for damn sure. And we decided to talk about this now because, well, it's Christmas Eve and you are likely going to be spending time with your grown children if you aren't already with them. And this time of year is challenging for some emotionally, fiscally, mentally, for whatever reason. We don't even need to categorize it necessarily. It's just, for some people, it's a tough time of year. And you're all together, right? And you are the people that you love the most. Yeah.
Before we dig in, we forgot what's in your cup.
Oh my God. Thank you.
We do this. We get so excited about this topic because you go first this time. What's in your cup, sister?
Is in my cup. I'm using my Jingle Juice cup again.
Mm-hmm.
And what is in here is actually Jingle Juice. It's lovely. It is. So some of you are going to be surprised about this. It is whipped vodka.
Boy. Let me guess. You got vodka in your cup.
I do. Some vodka in there. Pinnacle has a great whipped vodka. Smirnoff has a version. There are a variety out there, and it really just depends on your price point. Pinnacle, in my opinion, has the best flavor. And, that's subjective as well. Then you do a pink rosé or blush champagne. You can actually also do white Prosecco, and it'll taste the same because the color doesn't change the flavor necessarily. It does a little bit, but I'm not a wine connoisseur, so not enough for me to matter. And then cherry 7-Up. Just those three ingredients. You mix them together, and it's just love in a pitcher, and very refreshing. I'm going to recommend fully loaded cherry 7-Up. I happen to not like the way artificial sweeteners skew the taste. And I just have a thing about artificial sweeteners in general. It may not matter to you. You may not notice that weird taste that I do. So
yeah, you maybe used to drink a diet drink.
And you can fancy it up.
I'm not.
You can do some big ice cubes with cranberries in them and put that in, or just pour some cranberries in, whatever. Just fancy it up. There it is. The actual Jingle Juice punch. There it is. Cheers. Cheers. What you got in your cup? Yeah, drink. Bad luck not to.
Same thing as our last episode. I want to give a shout out to my friend Tanya from Frederick Wildman, who gave us the Rionitti Spritz. What do we call it? The reindeer Rudolph?
Rionitti Spritz.
Yeah, but last time we called it the Rudolph.
Rudolph Rionitti Spritz.
Okay, thank you. All right. So you got your equal parts. Sorry, my bottle is kind of. And then the Machino Prosecco, nice. Equal part. And you can do lemonade or freshly squeezed lemon. I prefer freshly squeezed lemon. And then here you have it in my Felice Naughty Dog.
Felice Naughty Dog.
Felice Naughty Dog. Okay.
You know what? You're all welcome for that.
Now you're going to hear it every time you do this song. So cheers.
Yes.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Cheers. Happy holidays.
Okay, back to it. Those little shits we gave birth to. The ones that can hurt us like no other.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Nobody on the planet makes me cry like my children make me cry.
And like you said before we got into the in your cup, the reason it's important is because we're usually around them at this time, and they like to pile on together.
They do. They like to reopen the wounds. Remember when you said, remember when you did, remember, and you know what?
Ugh.
Yeah, most of the time we do.
That's how we do.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know
How
what?
about you? Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, and you know what? None of it was ever coming from a place of ugly.
From a place of survival, honestly.
Sometimes it was about survival, sometimes and always about love. We
Yeah.
just didn't necessarily do it right. And that's okay. If you're a parent out there, it's okay. If you're a new parent, nobody knows. As prepared as you think you are, you wish you were that prepared. Nobody knows.
No, you don't get a that's the one thing. You have to go through more to adopt a dog than you do to get
Have
a perfect child. And it's funny because I look at my mom, at the grandmother she is, and I'm like, "Who were you, pod person? Like, this is not
Yeah.
how you were as as a mom. Who is this person?" But I get it because you're not in the daily struggles of life, like the stresses. And man, I'm gonna tell you the one thing that just if I could go back and change would be my initial reactions to things. Like I'm good at
As a mom, you mean?
yeah, like, I'm good at putting on a face, right?
Mhm.
Doesn't matter what kind of face you put. I could be washing dishes and they come up behind me. They're behind me and they're like, "Hey, mom," and I'd be like, and then I turn around, "Yes, baby." Yes, they've already, yeah,
Seen that. Yeah.
they've already seen the shoulders drop. That's one of the things, among many other things.
Get it. When I was a newer mom, I really was not equipped, did not have the skills.
Were any of us really equipped though? I mean, honestly,
I think, honestly, yes and no. I believe that you're equipped to some extent if you had a good role model for it, right? And my mom, in her heart of hearts, she was a good person and she was very ambitious and successful. And she would have identified herself as a businesswoman before a mom or before a wife or any of those things. So it really wasn't her area of expertise. And so I didn't have a great role model. And I didn't babysit much either because I was afraid of babies until I had my own.
yeah. Oh, I bet you did a lot.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's some element of having more or better or being better equipped if you had a good role model for it. And so I get that. Initially, I was not warm and fuzzy because I got to train up this kid. I got to get this kid out of here alive. You know what I mean? It was like my husband, that my children's father and I were on the same page of child rearing until about 12 years ago. But there are a lot of things that if I had it to do over again, because I was the adult in the room, right? And sometimes I acted like I was a victim to my children. I would go into my room, I'd slam the door, and I can't even look at you people anymore, right? They're just
Yeah.
babies. Yeah. Anyway, things like that. Again, we can't undo what we did. What we can do now is to healthily handle the aftermath.
Yeah. Which you gotta also look at this too. It's funny because I talked to my aunt about this a little bit too, and I've seen this with me with my kids, like how different y'all both experienced a certain situation. I did not do that, and they just swear in their mind, "You sure did." And I want their little experience and their little brain at whatever age, and my children, oh, you were never home, and
Yeah.
you were never home.
Oh.
You mean from 8 to 5? No, no, I wasn't. I was working.
I was taking care of us. I was taking care of our family. And there are things that, and I have, as we've talked about, I have 3 daughters and they are wonderful human beings. They are funny fuckers. They are smart. I enjoy them as people.
Yeah.
Very when the 3 of them are together and I'm there, more often than not, what occurs is a piling on of the awful things I did as a mother, right? Somebody will bring up something and then everybody else will be like, oh, yeah, whatever. And, ironically, I remember my brother and I doing the same thing, my mom. And so I totally get it. And I don't deal with it very well because, to your first remark, nobody hurts us like our babies, right? And I don't handle it well. Up until now, I haven't handled it well. And by not handling it well, what I mean is I get emotional. I cry. Oh my God, I hurt my baby. Oh my God, it's killing me. And I don't care much about what people in general think about me because frankly, what other people think about me is none of my business. I do care about what my children think. I care about what my husband, I care about what the people that I truly love and are very important to me think, and my children above all. And the fact that whatever happened, you just said their perspective, it's done. And whether it actually happened that way or if there was a backstory that they didn't know, whatever, we had the total picture. They had whatever they saw and got, and in their brain, their perspective, it's done. And you can't undo that. And so sometimes I would get defensive because, you had two parents, and here's what we're here to talk about. It's likely to happen when you're all together, holidays, emotional time, booze, if you partake, and we all do. Not, I don't mean I mean we all, my family.
Yeah. Mhm.
We all do. Things sometimes get ramped up a little bit.
So my family, my boys do it all in a joking kind of way. They joke around. It's all in joke. It's not really a joke. And it's painful. And I
Oh,
play into it because I don't really want to drop this. I can't do it anymore.
yes. My brother and I had that approach. We thought we were funny, right?
Yeah.
And she, for the most part, handled it well.
Right.
Sometimes she'd make a snarky comment and we'd stop, and it was joking around. But even professional comedians will tell you that all comedy comes from pain.
So,
My daughters are, and it's not comedy. It is, you did this awful thing. You were this awful person at this time. I start crying. Well, when I start crying, then what I get from them is, "Oh, don't play the victim. Don't, don't start that day. I don't know what to do with you people. And you hurt my feelings. And this is what I do when you hurt my feelings." And
because nobody can hurt them like they can. It's
I would never imagine. I've had people say some pretty shitty things to
yeah.
me and do some really awful things to me that have not impacted me, like the sting of my children believing I hurt them.
Michelle, it's so trivial what I'm about to say. Can't even make spaghetti without feeling sad.
Oh, what?
Spaghetti. So my
Yeah.
oldest will actually have a reaction over spaghetti. And he'll say, I can't eat spaghetti. I made it so much. When he was growing up, he won't eat it. And I remember him telling me that his girlfriend at the time, she did the whole little handmade noodles and special sauce, and he had to act like he was sick because he didn't want to eat it. But they see in his brain, oh, we were so poor, we had to eat spaghetti all the time. He refuses to eat spaghetti, and it breaks my heart. It's like he traumatized them.
If you get it. And,
Yeah.
as a single mom, spaghetti, it's a good meal.
I feel because
It's a hearty meal,
yeah.
inexpensive, and lots of leftovers. Totally get it. I'm just a casserole person, and my middle daughter forever hated casseroles. And same thing, inexpensive, easy, right? Throw it in a
Yeah, because you had to do what you could.
and so then we stopped calling it casserole. She's now grown out of the casserole. But forever, no casserole.
Right? Isn't that weird with those
Yes.
little brains?
It is. And
The funniest thing that ever happened to Noah, my youngest, was probably 7 or 8 years old, and he was getting dental work done, and they drugged him up a little bit, and serious, so serious. He looks at me and he goes, "I like someone contorted his face." He goes, "You're the worst mom on the planet."
oh,
And I go, "Why?" He goes, "You've never taken me to Disney." And then I said, "I haven't taken Brandon to Disney either." He says, "You're the worst mom on the planet." No, we did next year. We went,
they did Disney. At least taking that out of the mix.
yeah. Why are they speaking up now? Because they're equipped with this whole age of taking care of me and speaking my words and all that. When they come at you,
The therapy culture, right? They don't go to therapy.
they know what it is. You
Yeah,
can say something to my youngest is very well equipped on the therapy language.
yeah.
And he'll be like, "Don't project your shit on me." And then I'll be like, I just asked you to clean the dishes. You live here rent free. That's like part of you living here. Don't gaslight me." And I'm like, "Oh, man, it's kidding." And then my oldest will do the same thing. I'll say something, "Yeah, that's kind of on you. That's not me." And my youngest will probably be the one that really rips my soul out because of some of the things that I had to go through with him as a child. I really struggled a lot of stuff with him, and he's already gutted me a few times, so
Yeah.
so what it's made me do is have grace for my mom. And so I
Yeah.
think my relationship with my mom changed exponentially whenever I had kids. And I say to her now, oh, now I understand how you feel, because when my kids do that to me, I know how I feel. So when I stopped looking at my mom as a mom and started looking at her as a fellow woman, my relationship, yeah, because we all have our own shit, right? I mean, we all did the best we could, given what we had. I became a better human being having children. I was very selfish.
We've given so much. And when we feel like we've done all the things we know and we've still hurt them, it's a gut punch.
Yeah. Well, there's one of the things that says on here, I sacrificed everything. How is this just thank you, I guess.
How is this the thing?
It hurt.
My mom used to call me an ingrate all the time. And I get it now. And, I was an ingrate at times. And I apologized to my mother for a number of things in my behavior when I was a kid, because I get it now.
Yeah. Our babies will not get it until they have their own children.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing, to your point, it's being accused of pain you never meant to cause,
Yeah.
or having your own trauma reactivated. So when they start talking about how you hurt them, it's so painful because that was not your intent.
Never mind. Well, thinking I'm a good person and I'm a good mom. And then they say something and I doubt everything.
What kind of mom was I?
And like you, I overcompensated because I was going to be the mother to my daughters that I didn't have, that I needed.
Yes, exactly.
They don't need the mom. I need it. So
Yeah.
I'm projecting my shit onto them. And
Yeah.
let me love you.
I don't know how to navigate these waters. It is painful. And so when one of them will say something so deep and painful, and you didn't recognize that going on, something really painful, my oldest one mentioned to me, and I'm thinking, where was I? How did I not see this? How did I not see this pain you were in? I thought I was such an aware mom. I'm on top of everything and trying to be the best. And and then they bring it up. Fucking, I can't eat spaghetti anymore, and you're just, I'm dying over here. It sounds silly, but it is traumatic to this kid.
And it's serious because it's serious to him.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, your words are so powerful, especially from the one person that's supposed to love you the most, your mom. You and I have discussed this, what I am doing with my children now, because it says here to not defend yourself, to make excuses, because it really takes away from everything that they're saying when you go, oh, well, I was just doing the best I could.
Yeah, it absolutely negates their feelings.
Yes. So I have started to adopt this. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for doing that to you. I was doing the best I can or could at the time. And when you have children, I hope you do better. And I just say that to them over and over again.
And honestly, my inclination is to defend myself.
I think it's all of our inclination is to do that.
Because they don't have the full story.
They don't.
They have their perspective and what happened in the little world. They don't know what else was going on. They don't know why they ended up being home alone. They just know I wasn't there, right?
Yeah.
More to that story than me not being there. And so it's really hard for me not to defend and explain and make excuses like it says absolutely not to.
Yeah.
None of that matters to them, because the one time I did that, the daughter I was talking to was like, that's all well and good. And here's what it did to me. And you know what? She's right. It doesn't matter what the backstory was. It doesn't matter, because it was truly something legit for them. It happened to them. And I was the key to that. So we're here talking about these experiences. Now our kids
they're on their 20s.
Yeah. Oh, they're all in their 20s.
My baby's 19, but he's close enough to 20.
So now they're grown-ups. Now they're expressing these things, and fine. And why are they doing it now? We talked about therapy culture. It could be that they trust us enough now.
I want to talk about that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Why is it so hard on us moms? And I'll tell you why. I think I told you this about There was a recent study that showed toddlers and young children, something released in their brain when they got around their mom that they felt safe with. And it could be a dad too.
Couples where there's a man and a woman, the children responded differently to the woman.
And it did something in their brain and calmed them down. Like
Yep.
I can remember, especially as a single mom and having this, and the kids separating time with parents.
Yeah.
Why are you coming home and melting down for me? And you're this perfect child for your father. Well, there's a reason for that. Why do I get this asshole side of you, kid, that you don't ever show your father? Why is that happening? Because they feel comfortable with you. They know you're not going anywhere. And once I started realizing that as a single parent, I was like, okay, he knows I'm not going anywhere. Flip it around, because there's great dads out there. They're safe with you. They know you're not going anywhere, so they can release and be this person. And I think they do that as adults too.
I believe that 100%. Because even when my first husband, who was the father of all three of my children, when we were together and both in the house, it was always mom, 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 mom. Dad would be sitting in a chair, at a football game, and mom, 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 mom. And I remember saying, you guys know you have two parents, right? But when you say that, I mean, I get it
You're
because,
the one that felt
yeah.
most comfortable with.
So,
Yeah. So you could have a moment.
yeah. And it's not a slight, and I'm not out to dig at any fathers out there. It's biology.
I
No. Okay, so why are we having this conversation?
Yes. Why are we having this conversation? Because Christmas is coming around, and all those little assholes are going to be around the Christmas tree.
Yeah, yeah. And
How do you deal with that, Michelle?
honestly, they just want to be heard. They really
They
do.
do.
And they want to be heard by you. And so just let them do what they need to do. Let them say what they need to say, and look at it as they're trusting you
Yeah.
to be that person.
One of the favorite things that you pulled up when you were looking at this was what to say when you're caught off guard. Thank you for trusting me with something so painful.
Yeah. And I'd even go so far as to say thank you for your vulnerability,
Yeah.
because that's
Right.
tough. That's a tough.
And I'm sorry for the ways I hurt you, even when I didn't mean to.
Right. I love that one. I never meant to. There were times after I said or did, I was like, that was not. Yeah. And again, one of us to be the adult in the room. And
Yeah, because we are the adult in the room.
yeah. And I wasn't good at that for a while.
But that's the thing too, Michelle. Even at our age,
Yeah.
we're still the adult in the room when it comes to those.
We are when it comes to them.
We are still the adult in the room. I don't understand people not talking to their kids because they're mad or whatever.
I don't either.
I don't know your situation. All I know is you're still the adult and they're still the child. You have to keep continuously making the effort.
You do. I agree with you 100%. And again, this isn't a usual circumstance. And under usual circumstances, where you have relationships with your children and this happens, they just want to be heard, validated. Thank you. Yeah, that's a great word. Let them have their say. And you then get to do with that what you want to do. If you're caught off guard and you don't know what the hell you want to do with it, then just say, is it all right with you if I just take some time and sit with this? They might say, you know what? I don't need that. I just needed you to hear me and we can be done with it. Okay, great.
And then you go in the shower and you're like,
yeah. Actually had a recent experience of that with one of my daughters. It happened to be a piling on event and all three of them were at me, and at me is what I mean to say. And so one said something really mean to me. I need to step away from you people right now. I'm just going to go over here.
breaking my heart.
Yeah. And I was crying and I stepped away, and one of them eventually came over to me and said, basically, you just got to understand this has happened and this is how we feel. She gave me an example of an experience where I was less than
Not so often.
and I disappointed her and hurt her feelings. And I didn't say anything at the time because, like I said, it was a lot and I was overwhelmed with emotion. And I don't want to cloud the conversation with my emotion. So I stepped away.
There's some truth in there, right?
Yeah.
You didn't do it intentionally, but there's probably some truth in there.
At the time, I didn't realize it. And when she said it, I'm like, oh, shit. And this was almost 5 months ago when we had this conversation. This week, I talked to her about it.
You landed on that one. You landed.
And I did, and it wasn't eating at me and I wasn't dwelling on it per se. And I had another conversation that triggered me to think about that conversation. And so I reached out to her and we talked about it. And she's like, I hate that you've been sitting on this that long. Because
You know, it's no big deal to her.
I said it then, and I promise I'm good and it's okay. And she gets me because she's very similar. And I needed to say, it was never my intention, and ask for what I needed, which was, you know what, in the future, if I'm pulling some shit that you think is nonsense and you need it to not happen, make me aware of it at the time so that we can nip it in the bud. And then
So that I'm not percolating on it for 4 months.
you're not percolating on it. You're not sitting with it. We avoid these piling on situations.
Yeah.
We deal with it and nip it in the butt at the time, then we don't have piling on mom because we're hurt. And so let them be heard. And it's okay to step away and say, I need to take some time with it. 5 months. 5 months is probably too long.
Michelle, when is it too much to handle alone? And what should you do in a situation like that? It says family or individual therapy later in life is not a failure.
Not. You need to talk to, if you don't reconcile what your child believes happened or you did, talk to a professional.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it's an objective party, right? It's an objective third party who can help you see your blind spots.
Yeah.
And help you resolve those and the emotion around it and how to talk to your kid about it.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite ones is healing. Healing does not have an expiration date. And I can speak as an adult child, healing with my mom has come later in life. So I'm a testament to that healing it does not have an expiration date.
I'm 57. My oldest kid is 28. She may be still saying these things to me when she's 57. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. She probably would. I hope not for you.
This is a point I actually really want to make. It's important. If your grown children are continually dredging up the same hurts, same issues, then they haven't truly dealt with it. Even though you've talked about it and they keep bringing it up, then it's time for them to take the next step to deal with that issue and to release that emotion trigger, because clearly they're not making progress with it.
And at some point, you're responsible for your own.
Yes. And that's the other thing. At some point, they are adults and they need to start taking responsibility for their actions, behaviors, whatnot, and stop blaming you.
As we close, this is one of the things I really love. Listening is sometimes the bravest act of motherhood. Just sitting and listening and not having a response.
Shut your pie hole. Put your phone down, look at your child, and shut your pie hole.
Whether they're 15 or 50.
They need you.
Yeah, they do. Isn't that crazy? Like, I am 56 years old and I had a scare with cancer stuff. And I remember the first person I wanted to talk to was my mom.
I used to do that too. Like, yeah, I'd be sick and I'd call my mom and I'd be like, I'm sick. Call my mom.
Yeah.
Got a meeting. I'll call you later. I could have died by now.
I could be dead, Mom. Thanks.
I want to say this because it's important. I know we're done and we beat this horse.
Yeah, we have. We kind of rambled on a bit.
Well, here's the thing. Some hard truths for us. Okay. And I love these. Good intentions don't immunize us from mistakes.
Sure.
It all comes from love. It all comes with the best of intentions, and it still might be the wrong thing to do. It's just truth. Love does not cancel out impact. So we love those babies. Oh my God, we love those babies, and we do some shit. It doesn't matter how much we love those babies because we still did the shit, right?
Mean to hurt them. That's
It's the thing. We never mean to, unless you're sitting there.
Mean to, and if you mean to,
then get off our podcast. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Repair matters more than perfection. And we talked about this before. There's no such thing as perfection. You just need to help your child
get through it
and help.
And be willing. And be willing.
Yeah.
I have some friend. I have one friend that's like, I just don't even talk about that. That's
not beneficial for her either.
Some people don't like the light to be shining on their ugly.
We don't. None of us some of us like to look in the mirror. That's for damn sure. Here's the most important one. Your relationship can still deepen. It can still get better even after these painful revelations. You just gotta be willing to do the work.
Yes.
And you are responsible for your attitude, and you have 100% control over your attitude.
And you're still the parent, no matter how old they are.
And whatever they're saying, however you saw it, doesn't matter, because in their little brains and their little worlds at the time, it's had an impact the way they saw it and felt it. And you just need to let that be, whether you intended to or not. Just let them have it and work with them. Excellent. It is Christmas Eve, my friend.
I'll be a merry.
Happy holidays, everything. And we are not going to be with you next week, the 31st, New Year's Eve. However, Claude is going to put together a little compilation treat for us. So be on the lookout for that.
And then the New Year's coming.
Yep. And we're all going to make those resolutions, right? So starting on January 7th, we will be talking with Dana's personal trainer about health and fitness for women and over 50. And it's going to be amazing. She got some great insight. So tune in with us then.
So until then,
stay loud,
stay wild,
and stay
unapologetically you.
And remember to like us, share us, subscribe to us, download us, and whatever it takes, get it out there, share it with the world. We are on Facebook, Hot Flashes and Bold Moves, Facebook page, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple for podcasts. We're two bold, badass women with mics and opinions, but we are not doctors, therapists, or any kind of official experts. On Hot Flashes and Bold Moves, we share real talk, life lessons, and hilarious stories. But this is not medical advice. You make changes to your hormones, health routines, skincare, sex life, or anything else based on what we say, make sure to check in with a professional who knows your body better than we do. We're here to entertain and empower, not prescribe. So if your libido spikes, your face peels off, or your vibrator catches fire, God forbid, we love you, but it's not on us. Own your choices, use your judgment, and don't sue us.